Music production can be a long and heroic journey where we stumble and we get stuck and we keep going, right? But I find myself in the past that a lot of my songs would stay in the computer and never be released for various reasons. And if this is the case for you too, then yeah, this video can probably be helpful for you, because I realized that if I can find some structure or a roadmap to lean upon, it can help me to be more consistent and have more productivity. So I will share here my 5-step process that I use now that help me get there actually, and also even getting better end results in terms of production. So yeah, so let's get inside the song I've been working on now. It's called Fallen Behind. Okay, so step 1 is to do a simple scratch track where we record the vocal and, for instance, piano or acoustic guitar. And why this is important is that then we have a foundation to build our song upon with the scratch track. So let's start here. I'm falling behind, falling behind that finish line, so distant now. So step 2 is then to do the pre-production. And why I strongly recommend that we do the pre-production instead of jumping right into the production is that we can be a little bit more loose about it in terms of quality. Because if we jump right into the production, then we want everything to be right and perfect and, and tight and in tune and so on. And that can take quite a long time. Or get stuck and, it's losing the momentum. So what I found that when I do the pre-production and it doesn't have to be perfect, I really find the key elements and the great ideas for the whole song for the next step, which is going to be the production. So yeah, so let's explore. And in this song, I will demonstrate here the first half of the song, how I go about it with the pre-production. So let's get inside. Alright, so we have the scratch track down, and what we do next is just add markers here. So we have, up here. So we have the structure of the song. It makes it easier. So now we can build from this foundation. And I always kind of like to start from the beginning in most cases. With the intro, so we kind of just listen first and see how it sounds as it is with the scratch piano. And then we kind of make, a choice based on our just creative flow. Yeah, I feel that maybe the drums doesn't have to be in the beginning. It's a double intro I'm probably gonna have, so they can come other half here. And what else can we add? Yeah, since it's pretty slow and the piano is not moving too much besides of the melody, it could be have something else to kind of keep some movement or something. So maybe just a pad, right? I'm falling behind. Yeah. Something like that. And what else can we add now? Yeah, I hear that electric guitar could probably play this arpeggio. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and maybe another electric guitar doing something else, like some maybe melodic lines or something. Of course, I've already been exploring this a little bit before. If you've seen my previous videos, I kind of already been like looping things around a number of times until I find something like this. So most times it doesn't just come first take, right? Because the idea is we kind of loop it and we kind of play around with it until we find something that works with the song. But it can be something like this. What else? Yeah, bass, right? But it can be worth exploring, like this melodic hook that the piano is doing, which works fine as it is on the piano, but maybe with like something else, like another electric guitar or maybe something else. So I tried some different options and I found that this works really nice. And of course, if it needs a little bit of editing, like in here, of course we can always go in and edit if needed, but it doesn't have to be all the way here. It's more as long as it's not like disturbing. Right? And then we I need to redo the piano since they don't need to play the same thing. I don't think we need much more for now for the intros, but let's listen to the verse. I'm falling behind. Yeah, so this first verse can just be quite sparse. It doesn't have to be more than maybe just the piano and the drums and the vocal. And then the second verse comes, then maybe we can bring in these guys again, right? All right, so I recorded the electric guitar on this right side, a little bit different, almost the same, but one octave up here, and the bass is just almost the same, but one octave down. Let's listen to this. I started out so full of life, legs getting tired and heart's getting heavy. But yeah. And then when the chorus comes, then we can add in 2 other electric guitars, maybe on the side, to give a little bit more width to it. And keep on going, and keep on going, keep on moving to where I'm going. Yeah, So this pad that we had before, it can of course come back again. Legs getting tired and heart's getting heavy, but I keep on going and keep on going. Yeah, so once we're done this pre-production all the way through, then we move to the next step. So step 3 is then to do the production itself. And here we can take a little bit more time to really tweak things and to practice anything that needs some practicing. And but the beautiful thing about the pre-production is, of course, we can reuse things that are working already. So we don't have to create a whole new project, but we can still use the same project and just enhance the pre-production into the production itself. So let's see how this one ended up in terms of final production and final result. Okay, so here we have how it looks with the final production when it's been fully produced. I did my own MIDI drums, kept the same, the hook diva, piano, pads. But yeah, we can listen through how it sounds all the way. Starting with the Stiva, the piano, and the pad, right? Here comes the bass, the guitars, and the drums. First verse.
I'm falling behind, falling behind.
There's just vocal,
At the finish line,
piano, and the drums.
so distant now.
There's the second verse. And
I started out so full of love.
so the bass is kind of playing almost the same as here, just one octave down, and the guitar, as I play just this one same as here, and this one just also one octave up almost as here.
That heart's getting heavy,
Here comes the first chorus.
but I'll keep on going, keep on going.
Yeah, and these two electric guitars adds a little bit width to the whole thing with and a lot of lush reverb to it. It's really nice in this case.
Keep on moving to where I'm going,
Piano.
like Daniel in the den.
Yeah. And so what's great about, what I kind of like myself about this third verse is that I add new elements with this organ, primarily and acoustic guitars, right?
Then
Strumming,
God give me strength.
just strumming acoustic guitars here. One on the left side and one on the right. Doing the same thing.
Time's gonna tell if I kept the faith. Yeah, I'll keep on going.
Now it goes a little bit bigger, so this one has a little bit melodic. There's nothing new leading into the third chorus. Just turn.
Yeah, I'll keep on going, keep on,
Here comes some vocal.
keep on going.
Has some doubles as well here, some harmonies and doubles.
Keep on moving to where I'm going.
It's a big moment.
And I'll keep on believing, keep on dreaming, keep on. If I'll be the last one, keep on. I'll be the last one.
Yeah, pretty big now. So there's more guitars playing this dun, 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 the electric, what the piano's been doing before in the first chorus. This. Another cool thing I like myself is like this choir doing like a counter melody.
Keep believing, keep believing, keep on dreaming, keep on. If I'll be the last one, keep on. I'll be the last one.
Some tambourines and shaker and a clap comes here later.
Keep on dreaming.
A mellow ending.
If I'll be the last one in, then I'll be the last one in.
So that's it, production wise. And then we'll just move into the mixing and mastering, right? Okay, so most of the work is done, and step 4 then is just simply to do the mixing and mastering, and either we hire someone to do it or do it ourselves, and I'll show you how I go about it in a simple way. So let's get inside. So when it comes to the mixing, first we clean everything up and do editing and make sure everything is as tight and tidy as possible. And once we've done that, then we can arrange in buses like this. So like all the electric guitars goes into the same bus and so on. And after that, we just do the static mix where we kind of listen that everything can be heard as good as possible and do some panning and so on.
Like Daniel in the den, God give me strength. Going, keep on moving.
And it's more tricky to hear everything, but there's a lot of stuff going on, like all these guitars and so on. So then we do our best, the best we can to make it at least the most important stuff can be heard. And maybe remove things that may not be necessary and so on. But after we've done the static mix, then it's just to start doing some first EQ, like take out things that are a little bit annoying or not really needed. So they can be, for instance, low pass filtering, wherever, like most stuff doesn't need the low stuff. It's only like bass and drums, the kick drum. So we can make room for these. And then can be if there's, say for instance, the bass had a little bit annoying frequency here that I just took out a little bit. so we can go through each element and make sure they sound as awesome as possible and how they play together.
Keep on going. Keep on moving.
Yeah, and after that, then we can start add a little bit other stuff like compression. So I use primarily the LA2A. I guess it's only actually on the vocal and the bass, and the rest doesn't. I haven't not put any compression on it besides the drum, which been processed earlier. So yeah, it doesn't really need a lot of stuff. Sometimes the arrangement itself should sound pretty close to how we want it without any processing whatsoever. That's at least is my aim. And then we can do some tone shaping with the EQ. So for instance, I just lifted the guitar bus a little bit, 1 dB here. And then I took down the keys a little bit to make a little bit of separation between these two guys, since they tend to fight quite a bit in terms of where the frequencies. And then the vocals has the most stuff. It's the melodyne for the tuning and some de-essing and a little bit EQ. Just lifted here with the preset. That works really fine. And the LA2A. A little bit distortion in this last chorus. Just going through the pull tech for a little bit, giving a little bit character. And some here need a little bit extra boost here. So that's it. So let's listen to this final chorus.
Keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming. Be the last one. Keep on dreaming. The last one.
And when it comes to effects, I have a plate and a room and a hall and a delay, and I use these for room primarily for most stuff, so it kind of plays in the same room. The plate for some of the stuff, like vocal and some electric guitars, and the hall primarily for the lush electric guitars, and the delay, a little bit also on the guitars and a little bit on the vocals towards down here. And then it's the master bus is I used here the EQ, just this general purpose balancing worked in this case. Give it a little bit more smiley curve, so to speak, and bus compressor, and also just a little bit tape, and also just limiter. So that sounds great. And of course I do have this unit here, so I will use that instead of using the this one and this one. But but these ones works just fine as well, for instance, or something like that. So let's listen to this.
I'll keep on believing. the last one in, and I'll be the last one in.
Okay, so step 5 then is simply just to release the song into the world. And I usually go into Canva to do the album cover art, but I guess you can find whatever works for you. And yeah, and so I'd love to hear from you how this has been, if this has been helpful for you in any way, or if you have any questions, suggestions for upcoming videos. And I also love to hear the music that you do, so you can please send me if you like to my email in the description. And I also have courses on Udemy you can check out too, that's more in depth. But for this time, thanks a lot and good luck with your music creation, and I see you in another video.